Hey guys, welcome to Tiki Rick Adventures. I'm back at Disneyland today. I just got dropped off at the end of downtown Disney because I am going to stay here tonight at a hotel off-site, but we're going to start at downtown Disney. I'm going to go try something at Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs. That's a seasonal specialty right now, something I've always wanted to try. So we're going to start at downtown Disney. We'll head into the parks for a little bit. I'll do a little bit of merchandise at Disneyland, maybe a food item at DCA as well, and probably do Palm Breeze Bar at the Disneyland Hotel for dinner later tonight too. So let's get this started. Let's go have some fun. It's very hot, but it's going to be a great day today. I think the marquee bag, the Disneyland marquee bag, might be back in stock. So let's check D-Lander. I heard Fortuosity has it, but usually when Fortuosity has it, D-Lander has it at the end of downtown Disney. So let's just check here and see if that's available, because I really do want to check that out in person. Hopefully they have it in stock here. Let's check. Ooh, good news. They must have it in stock because the model is holding it in the window. That caught my eye when I was walking in, so they definitely do have it in stock. They finally have it back in stock. This is $29.99. It's a very thick canvas bag too. I love the Disneyland marquee on that. It's a really nice patch on there. I love the pennants, the little flags on there. It's a really cool bag. Simple but effective design. I think that one's awesome. It's been sold out for a long time. And I asked a cast member because I didn't see it when I walked in the store. These are not really on display. They're on a bottom shelf, surprisingly, kind of down below and hidden. So just look for them or ask a cast member. But definitely check D-Lander. Fortuosity apparently got these today as well. They will probably sell out. Hopefully they'll restock shortly, but they do sell out really quickly. They've been selling out in the day that they come out. They've been lasting for a matter of hours, and hopefully they get more of them in stock pretty soon and restock them quicker next time. The marquee sign is on one side of the bag, but the other side of the bag is just blank. I really like that. It's a nice black color. Like I said, simple but really nice. It's got a touch of elegance to it. I really like this bag a lot. 30 bucks is a bit expensive, but I might get it. All right, so Blue Ribbon Corn Dog has the giant jalapeno popper back in stock. That's like the famous viral giant jalapeno popper. It's actually a poblano pepper stuffed, but we're gonna try that out because it looks really good. It'll be here until July 31st actually, so we'll check that out, try that for lunch. That'll be our first stop right here at Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs. All right, I picked up the giant jalapeno popper from Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs, and it is sweltering out here today. It is so hot. It's 88 degrees and I am roasting. Even in the shade, it's really hot because the cement I'm sitting on is very warm. This is gonna be kind of not the best food to eat when it's hot. It's really heavy and greasy. I'm excited for it, but this is probably better for a colder day. It's funny they brought it back for summer, because in the summer heat, I definitely want something more refreshing than this, but it smells really good. It's a huge popper too. It is actually a poblano pepper, and it's stuffed with cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and bacon bits. So it's got a lot going on the inside. I did cut a piece off because I was worried if I bit into it, it would just come bubbling out like lava and it'd be piping hot in the center. They did warn me that it'd be very hot. And she said, don't bite into it for a while, because that could be a big hazard. That cream cheese is gonna heat up like lava. Like I said, that could be boiling hot in the center. So I cut some off and let it cool for a little bit. This would be really hard to eat without a fork and knife though. They do give you a fork and knife. They also do give you a bag of Lay's potato chips. It was almost $17 with tax though, so it is a very expensive, kind of gimmicky food. It looks like it's gonna be a good gimmicky food. I love bacon, I love cream cheese, and it's nice they throw in some cheddar cheese there too. But when I cut it, I kind of noticed the poblano pepper is not very cooked. I feel like they should pre-cook the poblano peppers because the fryer is not enough to cook them. It's rolled in the cornmeal batter that the corn dogs have, and it also has panko on the outside, so it's really crunchy, extra crunchy. When I cut it, you could hear the crisp. It sounded really delicious cutting into it. Ooh, man, this is gonna be a good one. Poblano peppers are not spicy, so I wouldn't worry about the spice. They're not as spicy as jalapenos. They're definitely a milder pepper, more like a bell pepper. They have a little bit of a kick to them. They can sometimes be up to a medium, just depending on how lucky or unlucky you get. But for the most part, they're pretty mild peppers. I love poblanos, so I think this is gonna be really good. It's okay. I'm a little disappointed. I don't like it as much as I thought I was gonna like it. I really love jalapeno poppers, and I would definitely prefer jalapeno poppers over this. The pepper itself is pretty raw. You have to like raw bell peppers because it has that really heavy grassy flavor that raw peppers have. The pepper just doesn't get cooked enough when it's dipped in that batter and then fried. The deep fryer can only do so much. I think the biggest issue is the raw pepper. If they just pre-cook these, I think it'd be a lot better. They should just kind of pre-roast these or pre-steam them, throw them in the oven, and then they could stuff them and put them in the refrigerator so they can throw them in the deep fryer. I think that would solve the problem. I just don't really care for the raw pepper flavor that much. It's a pretty overwhelming flavor. But on a positive note, the filling is delicious. That cream cheese with the cheese and the bacon works really well. It's savory, it's salty, it's really crunchy. I love that batter. I also think this should have some kind of salsa or hot sauce or a dipping sauce served with it. Maybe an avocado crema on the side or a guacamole would be really good with this. It just doesn't come with any condiments, and I love condiments, so I would prefer if this one came with a condiment too. It is decently good. I just wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't get it again for $17. Maybe if this was $10, I'd recommend it. It's a pretty gimmicky food. I'm kind of surprised this one went viral though. It's not bad by any means. I just think there's some issues that could be solved. You also do need to wait about 15 minutes for it. They do warn you when you order it, it's going to take a while to fry. Yeah, I'm glad I tried it though. The flavor of the filling is really good and the crunch is really good. But it should have a condiment like an avocado crema or a guacamole or something would be awesome with this. Hey, at least I tried it though. I'll still finish it. I just wouldn't order this one again personally. I always have to check Disney Storyland Boutique, but there's no Donald keychain today. Just the plush is still in stock. One of these days I'll get that Donald keychain. One of these days. I'm gonna go into Disneyland now. I wanna check out something at Disneyana? You know, the store on Main Street. I wanna check out something there. Then we're gonna go to Bonanza Outfitters in Frontierland to check out a couple of new cowboy items, cowboy Mickey items. They look really nice. And we'll just walk around Disneyland for a little bit. I have to get an air conditioning break here pretty soon though. The pavement everywhere is just getting really hot and really warm because it's later in the day now, and I need an air conditioning break for sure. We'll go get some air pretty soon though. I always check at World of Disney for this jacket. They have a medium. I need an extra large. I need my size, and all they have is a medium. There's just one rogue random one just hanging on this rack. It must have been a return, so it's just hanging here by itself. Dang, almost got it. All right, here's what I came in here for. This is the 70th anniversary platinum plated coin for $159. I kind of want it. I like collecting coins. I'm not a huge coin collector, but it's a limited edition of 1,350, so there's only 1,350 of these made. It has the certificate of authenticity right on it. That is a really cool coin. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. I'm trying to zoom in the best I can here to show you guys, but it says Disneyland 70th on one side, and it has the Disney D logo on the other one. 1955 through 2025. It's a pretty pricey coin, but it is a really cool collector's item. Dang, I really want that one. I'll have to think about it. This is awesome. It's a 70th anniversary plaque as part of the Vault collection. It's $150. It's a big plaque though. I don't know if you can tell by the scale of my finger there, but it's a very large plaque. It's really nice. It's about 12 inches long, maybe a little longer. It's got the castle all the way at the top there, and it says 1955 Grand Opening of Disneyland. Ooh, I love that. That's a really cool collector's item too. I think you can hang that one on your wall. All right, so I just did Space Mountain, and that was awesome. It was such a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It was very, very unique. I did single rider. It was a 70-minute wait, but it was a walk-on with single rider. It was really great, but it broke down, and I've never had that happen where it broke down fully and the work lights came on. It was really cool. It ruined the magic, but it was really, really cool to see the track and everything all well lit, and the work lights are really bright. It looks so much different than you would expect it to look. It was really cool to see the behind the scenes of all that, and we sat there about 10 minutes, which wasn't too bad at all. Cast members were on it. They knew the procedures. They knew exactly what to do. They came and actually push started us through the rest of the ride, which is really funny because once the block brakes stop you, you actually have to be pushed and let gravity do the rest of the job. So they came and pushed us and all was good. They're like, if you guys want to ride again, just go through it again. And we did it again. Everybody in our car decided to stay in it again, but we got right to the end, right where the loading station is. And this time it shut down fully and they actually had to evacuate the line and get everybody out, but we were the last ones to be evacuated. They had to get everyone that was stuck on the track off first, but it was pretty unique. We were right there. We could almost walk off. We were right at the end at the loading station, and unfortunately they had the announcement that it was broken going like 20 times. I feel like they should have shut that off earlier.
Attention space travelers. All flights have been put in a holding pattern. Travelers in rockets, please remain seated as your flight will continue in a moment. Those travelers awaiting departure, please remain where you are, and a host or hostess will direct you.
but it was still really cool. It was really just a fun experience. It was something cool when you like behind the scenes stuff. And they had to bring a little step ladder actually, and they kind of got us off our cars one by one with the step ladder, and it was just really neat. I don't know, I like that. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. That's never happened to me on Space Mountain before, so it was kind of exciting. They did give me a lightning lane though. You don't need lightning lanes today though. Pirates is 15, Big Thunder's 20. The wait times are short, so I don't think I'll end up using the lightning lane, but that was nice. But it did take a long time to get it actually off the ride. It took another 30 minutes. So all in all, I was probably on the ride for almost an hour. It was surprising. Those seats are very uncomfortable after an hour, but what a cool experience. Wow, I've never seen this before. Woohoo! That was really cool. So remember that sign I showed a long time ago? They put this up like a couple of weeks ago, but yesterday it just got completed. So it actually has stoplights on it now. It doesn't print tickets like the other one, but I have my Magic Band here. So let's scan this real quick. Let's see, did you just scan any of them? Let's try the green. Oh, it makes car noises. How exciting. The car is zooming away. I suppose that's fun for kids. It's still pretty fun though. Let's see what the yellow one does. Nothing. Nada. Oh, more car noises. And last one, just for good measure, for posterity's sake. I think you got to do it twice on these. There it goes. Yeah, I wish it printed a ticket like the other one. It should give you a speeding ticket. That's a missed opportunity. But that's pretty cool. They put some more interactive elements with your Magic Band throughout the land for the 70th. That's good to see. All right, I'm going to stop by Bonanza Outfitters. It's kind of the one attached to Pioneer Mercantile here in Frontierland. I got a couple of new items on my list that I want to check out in person, some cowboy items. So let's look at those next. I think this one's the Mark Twain one they were out of last time when I tried to get them. So let me see. I had the other two at home. I think that's what this one is. Sounds like it. Yeah, that's the one I'm missing still, the Mark Twain Riverboat. That is very cool. Valued magic key holder. It's supposed to say DVC on there, but I guess it's not picking up on people's Magic Bands. Also, it has a Club 33 designation as well on them. So I had to show this new denim jacket that they have with Mickey on it. Cowboy Mickey is on it. That is really cool. It's studded with little fake diamonds here. It's kind of bedazzled and studded, but they have like metal studs on the back holding them. I think that's really cool. And you gotta love the faux suede fringe. You gotta love a good fringe with a denim. How cowboy is that? This is $89.99. Let me show you the back too. I just think that is the cutest denim jacket. It would be very, very warm. You're not gonna wear that anytime soon because it was 88 degrees today. It is very hot today. You're not gonna need that for summer, that's for sure. Let's check out the back of that one. That is so fantastic. It says 1928 Mickey Mouse, and it's got more faux suede fringe on the back there. And you have Mickey as a patch in pink. He's got his pink cowboy hat, looking fabulous. That is awesome. I love that jacket. $89.99 for that one. This faded saddle up Mickey cowboy one. It says Westward Bound. What's it? Oh, it says Oh Boy at the bottom. Huh. Look at that. It says, oh boy, right there. I love that little rope cursive there. That's a really cool touch. It's very faded, though. I know that's a stylized choice there, but it's so faded you could barely see him on there. And I feel like Mickey should be very visible and prominent, and he is not in this one. And maybe after a couple of washes, he might not even be visible at all. Look at the baby ducks being escorted through Frontierland. Stay safe, babies. Stay safe. The cast members are escorting them, so they are going to safely make it to the water. Oh, they're so fuzzy. I wanted to take some time away from the parks today to do something a little bit different than I normally do. Let me preface this by saying I stay in Anaheim quite often, actually. I stay the night down here quite a bit when I just want a staycation and I don't do DVC points every single time. Sometimes I stay at a non-Disney resort, and I've stayed at dozens of hotels in Anaheim, and some are not as good as others. I don't really like the hotels right across the street from Disneyland at the harbor entrance. They're all motels from the 60s. They're all leftover motels that hotels have bought, but they're still motel style with no hallways, and your door just opens out to the outside, and you can hear the traffic noise. The walls are really thin at those hotels, and they're very expensive. They can be $300 or upwards. I paid $89 to stay here at the DoubleTree tonight, and that's the cheapest I've ever seen it. I booked on the hotels.com app, but man, that is a really, really spectacular deal. Wait till you see the size room I got. I got a suite too. This is almost all suites here. The regular rooms aren't even available to book on hotels.com, and the suites are enormous. They're lock-off suites with a living room and a bedroom section. $89 with tax and everything. The room rate was actually $72. It's a 4-star hotel. This is the DoubleTree on Harbor. It's right by Toy Story lot. You can walk to the Toy Story lot buses in about 10 minutes, a little less than 10 minutes if you walk quickly. It's very close to go to the Toy Story lots and get to the park, or you can take an Uber. The Uber is almost always $6, $7 at most, and the Uber picks you up instantly. It usually gets you within 2 to 5 minutes. I've never waited more than 5 minutes. It's very, very convenient. I just love staying here. I've stayed here probably about 20 times, and I always come back to this hotel. I just really believe in the DoubleTree brand. I really like the Hilton hotels in general, and this is a nice hotel. It's an older hotel, but it is 4-star. It's probably due for a refurbishment. Some of the furniture is a little bit older than some people might like, but it's very good for what you pay. I mean, $89 is incredible. It's usually right around the $110 to $150 for the night, and you get a full suite. You could sleep 6 people in one suite also. There's a sofa bed, and there's 2 queen beds in there, or you can pick a king bed if you prefer that. It's just an awesome deal. It is $33 to park. Unfortunately, parking around Anaheim at the hotels is fairly expensive, but I love this hotel. I really stand by this one, and I feel strongly about it. So I figured I'd show you guys just a quick tour of the hotel and my room and stuff too, because I do love staying here, and people do ask me where I recommend to stay, and I always tell them DoubleTree. Embassy Suites down the street is also really nice, but I really like the DoubleTree. It's just a nice hotel to stay at, and you get cookies when you check in, and the walnut chocolate chip cookies here are actually spectacular. They're some of my favorite cookies. It's hard to explain. You just have to try them. They're very, very good cookies though. It's really surprising to find such good cookies for free when you check into a hotel. But yeah, let's do a little tour of this place because I love staying here, like I said, and I really recommend this. It is older, like I said. It needs a little pressure washing, maybe a nice paint job, but it does the job. You're not at your hotel for long when you're at the parks. You're just there to sleep, and the beds are very comfortable here, and it's always quiet. It's always peaceful, and that's something I prioritize in a hotel, and it's a great price. When you first enter, the lobby is really nice. There's a lot of furniture to sit on and wait if your room's not ready. Check-in is at 3 p.m., but they're usually able to have my room ready by 1 at the latest. I never have to wait too late, and they don't charge for early check-in, which is really, really nice. I'm always able to get a room early, sometimes as early as 11 a.m., which is a great touch. They also have a bar and restaurant. I've never eaten here, but they also serve breakfast at Agio over there. They have the Grappa Lounge here to the left. So Agio is the one to the right, which is a full dining restaurant. They have a sit-down service there. And if you want something kind of quicker, or you just want to go to a bar with full service, it's full bar, so you can order anything you want. You can come in here to the Grappa Lounge. This is nice in here too. I like it. It's got a darker feel, darker woods to it, and it's a nice, relaxing place to just kind of hang out or grab a drink after a park day. I really like it here. And down here is the full service restaurant. This is Agio. It's not open at this time, but I can show you guys a little taste of the menu here on the wall. For a hotel restaurant, it's a pretty good variety here. Things like soups, salads, flatbreads, pizzas, spaghetti and meatballs. It's Italian style of food. So if you like Italian, you're definitely going to find stuff here to eat. They have cheesecake, cheeseburger sliders, and chicken wings, quesadillas, egg rolls. They have a good variety. You can even get calamari and artichoke dip. That's nice. They have a really good variety though for a hotel restaurant. I'd recommend eating here. It has good reviews online. I've never eaten here personally though. And they have a gift shop with a lot of Disney souvenirs. So if you want to save yourself some money, just go buy stuff here instead of buying it at Disney. They have a lot of plushes, as you can see in the window. They have keychains and cups and mugs and everything too. It's a really nice place. They even have headbands for $9.99, Disney headbands. I don't think they're Disney official, but there's a coffee shop here as well, and it serves Starbucks coffee. This is Cafe Biscotti, and it has Starbucks in the mornings. It's not like an official Starbucks, but it does serve Starbucks products, so that's nice. If you like to get your coffee before the park stays, this is definitely the spot to sit. And they have a lot of seating here, which is nice. It's a good place to start your day though. I have had the coffee here, and it's a really good variety of coffee, and it's well prepared, and it's always delicious. And they keep it really, really clean in here. I like the chandelier. It's dated, like I said, and I keep saying, but it is nice. It's got a touch of elegance to it, and you can tell it's a 4-star hotel when you walk in. I really like the vaulted ceilings. It's just a nice lobby and waiting area in general, and they have a lot of check-in desks over there so they can help you out quick, and they're always super friendly and nice here and professional. It's just a great place to stay. It's a good check-in every single time. I've never had a problem. They can store your luggage over there in Bell Services, which is also good. If your room's not ready, you can just drop off your bag and pick that up later. And they have the little trolleys to bring your stuff to your room too. So I'm going to do a quick room tour just to show you guys. When you first walk in, you have a little coffee pot off to the left here with some free coffee, which is always a nice touch. I love being able to make coffee in the room, so that's always good. I like to wake up and have my coffee before I have to interact with everybody. I just like coffee in the morning, so that's nice. You have a really good table here too, a good seating area. They do only give you one chair, unfortunately, but it's nice to be able to get some work done or have a spot to eat. And the furniture is a little older and the room's not that well lit. There's not a lot of ceiling lights. There's one ceiling light when you first come in here, but other than that, you're just going to have lamps in the rest of the room, which isn't a problem for me. I like the yellow older lighting anyways, better than the new blue LED kind of white lights. It just feels cozier and comfier to me. And like I said, the furniture is older. The couch definitely needs to be replaced eventually, but I don't mind it at all. I think it's a very comfortable couch. It's nice that you get two TVs in this room, so you can sit out here and watch TV, which is a really good touch. They have a coffee table there, another place to eat, and they have a very comfortable chair as well. I actually really like this living room area. I think it's really awesome to be able to have a separate space besides your bedroom in your room. And the wallpaper's a little dated. It's looking a little grubby, but $89, you really cannot beat that. I mean, that is just an incredible deal. You have your TV over here, pretty good sized LG TV, and you have a refrigerator in there as well. The fridge is behind the cabinets there, and this is a big space. That does fold out into a sofa bed, a queen size sofa bed, so it's comfortable. It's a little springy, but it's definitely comfortable if you need to sleep on it, and you can sleep two more guests that way. And I always request a pool view because I don't like the noise from Harbor. There's a lot of loud cars and motorcycles that go by at night in Anaheim, and I don't like to listen to the loud cars at night. They definitely wake me up since I'm a light sleeper. But if you request a pool view room, which is the same price, it's not to be able to look at the pool. It just puts a buffer between you and the street. You're not right up against Harbor. You're across the hallway in that case. So you actually have the rooms across from you acting as a buffer zone for noise. And these rooms are really, really quiet. The walls are really well insulated. Sometimes you hear footsteps above you, but that's really not a big problem. I'm always able to get a good night's sleep when I'm here. I sleep incredibly well because the beds are comfortable too. But yeah, this is a look at the first room when you enter. We'll check out the bathroom because that's pretty spacious, and we'll look at the bedroom itself as well. The hallway is well lit, and the hallways are really air conditioned outside your room as well, but you can turn down the air conditioning and run it as much as you want. It doesn't have these sensors that shut off like the Disneyland Hotel does, and it gets really cold and comfortable in here. The bathroom is well lit and it has everything you need. You have a little vanity area right here to get ready and a sink, and I love the counter space. Sometimes you don't get a lot of counter space to set up your stuff. You get plenty of counter space for multiple people here because I like to lay out my toothbrush and everything, all your, hair care and your products and stuff that you use to get ready in the morning. I like to lay that out on the counter. The bathrooms are always really clean. They clean this place immaculately well. It's always very, very spick and span and clean, and I appreciate that. The housekeeping here is awesome. The staff is always very friendly, very professional. I like everybody that works here. They usually remember when I come back since I stay here often, and they do a really good job maintaining these rooms. Look at how clean my bathroom is. It is spotless. It's perfect. They give you tons of towels down there, lots of storage down below. You get a mat for the bath so you don't slip. You get a nice hair dryer. It's an adequate hair dryer, and you get some towel racks. I don't like the Crabtree products that they have here, so I bring my own shampoo and conditioner. I just don't care for the smell of the lotion and the shampoo and conditioner here, but that's about the only negative. The bathrooms are spacious. You get a pretty nice shower, and the shower is always very clean as well, and I really appreciate that. Last time I was at the Disneyland Hotel, my shower was covered in hair. It was really dirty. They just seemed to be rushed cleaning the rooms. Here, they definitely take their time to clean the rooms. I've never had a dirty room or a problem. The shower head's not the best, and the water pressure is adequate at best, but it's not a bad shower by any means. It definitely gets the job done. It's a pretty spacious bathroom, though. I always appreciate this because it's nice and it's well lit in the bathroom as well. These beds are some of the most comfortable hotel beds I've ever slept in. I really like them. The pillows are nice. They give you 4 pillows for each bed. I'm one that likes to put pillows on my side when I sleep, so I like a lot of pillows. I kind of like one to prop my knee up or put them between my knee, and I just like having a lot of pillows. So you get 8 pillows total, and you could always ask for more pillows from housekeeping. It's nice to not have to ask for more. They just already provide you with a lot. But the beds are super comfortable. You get 2 queens in this version. You can also get a king size bed, and the king is awesome. You really do sleep like a king. They're very comfortable. They're about a medium firmness, which I like, but the pillows are really soft too, and you can request to get firmer pillows if you want that. They can switch them out. You also get a TV in this room, which I think is awesome, to be able to watch TV in bed or in your living room. Like I said, these are spacious rooms. They're awesome. There's a closet over here as well. If you like to unpack, there's a big closet with hangers. There's more pillows, more blankets up in the closet. There's a safe in there and an ironing board as well if you want to iron your clothes. They have all the amenities you would need in this room. These always make me laugh. These phones look like they're right out of the 80s. Like I said, the room is dated, but it's definitely comfortable, and the older style does not bother me in the least. I just figured I'd point that out, because if you like modern amenities and modern features, this is not the hotel for you. Look at that phone, though. That is funny. What a throwback phone that is right there. Surprised it's not a rotary phone. And by the fridge, you get an ice bucket with 2 glasses, real glasses too. They're not plastic cups. And you also get the fridge there and a microwave, so you can cook some food if you need to, and you can store your food in the refrigerator. So I always love having those. And this hotel does have a pool and a hot tub. It's not the biggest pool, but it's definitely adequate in size. It's large enough. And the hot tub is always nice. It's always a clean pool, too. I appreciate that. There's never any debris or anything too bad or grubby in it. Sometimes hotel pools are not the cleanest, but they keep this one pretty clean, and I've used it many times. I love their little hot tub here. It's actually on the 2nd floor roof above the porte cochere, so it's kind of nice. You get to sit outside, and it's a little quieter there. It's away from the street noise a little bit. It's a nice pool, though. It's definitely a good one, and I just love a good hotel pool, so that's good to have here. I got talking to one of the employees here at the DoubleTree Hotel, and he told me they have a sign now in the lobby that I missed the first time, but they are due for a renovation. I knew it was coming soon because the Embassy Suites down the street just refurbished, and I know Hilton has a lot of refurbishments planned for their hotels in general. They want to freshen up all the Hilton hotels, and I think that'll be a good thing. It's much needed for sure. The rooms definitely need a refresh. They're doing a full overhaul. They're going to redo the lobby, they're going to redo the bars, the restaurants, everything about the hotel will change, including the rooms. They're going to redo the furniture, the carpets, the beds, everything in the rooms will be modern now. I am excited for that, but I do like the older style of things too. When they refurbished the Embassy Suites right down the street, I was kind of disappointed. It is nice and it definitely has modern amenities, but they took out all the theming. It's kind of what Disney did with Jazz Kitchen, where it's not New Orleans themed anymore. It just looks like a modern eatery without any kind of style or any kind of theming to it. Down the street at the Embassy Suites, they used to have a jungle and an animatronic lion in the lobby. They had a beautiful waterfall and real koi fish in the lobby, in the actual lobby. It was really cool. It was like walking into a little jungle scene. It reminded me of something you'd see in Las Vegas for sure, with the deep theming, because Las Vegas loves a themed hotel, but it seems like the world is steering away from theming lately. It seems like people want modern amenities with really bright white and kind of chic design, and that's what this will be. It'll be all kind of bright whites, and I don't really care for that really bright LED lighting. It kind of feels sterile, like hospital lighting, and it's not my favorite style personally, but I know that'll appeal to more people, and it is much needed, so I'm really looking forward to that. So if you stay here in the future, it might be refurbished. I'm sure it'll take a long time to refurbish it all. They're going to redo the entire hotel, but that's nice to hear. At least they are going to refurbish it. All right, I'm at the Disneyland Hotel now. I'm going to go to Palm Breeze Bar to try one of the new items that's on their new menu. Let's get some dinner because I'm hungry again, and that'll be the last thing I do for today. So let's just stop by Palm Breeze Bar here. I don't know if you have to go into the lobby today. Yeah, sometimes they have the gate open and you can go in there. Today we'll just walk through the lobby and then walk out to Palm Breeze Bar. So let's go grab dinner. For dinner, I went to the Palm Breeze Bar over at the DVC Tower at the Disneyland Hotel, and I really like eating there. It's got a mid-century modern vibe to it, and a really pretty mural by Joey Chu on the wall as well. It's a really nice place with lots of tables. There's a good breeze that comes through there, and it's all shaded since it's under the breezeway of the hotel. And I always like the food. They did redo the menu, so I am still trying the new food out, and I went to dinner with my friend. I recommended that he gets the Southwest chicken sandwich, and he did take my recommendation, and he really enjoyed it. That was the sandwich that I had last time with the grilled chicken and the onions and the peppers and stuff on it, and it was really good on that brioche bread. I love that. It was buttery, garlicky Texas toast that it was served on. Very delicious, and I'm glad he enjoyed that. I got that last time I stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, and I'm glad he enjoyed it because it is a good option for $23. It's a very good value too because you get a lot of food. What I got wasn't the best value, but it was delicious. It was $42. It was the prime flank iron steak, and it was really tasty. It said it came with a compound butter. I didn't really notice the butter on it, but it didn't say anything on the menu, but it was served with a demi-glace too, kind of like a thick beef stock over the steak, and that was delicious. It was also served on like a garlic toast crostini, like a large half piece of bread that it was served over, and it soaked up the steak juices. It was really delicious. That was one of my favorite parts, actually. It was really good garlic bread. It was crunchy, it was delicious. It was kind of like a half baguette, and it was really, really good. It was just so crunchy and crispy and buttery, and it was absolutely savory and delicious. The steak itself was really well prepared. It was a good cooked steak. It had some mushrooms on top in the demi-glace. So just beware, if you don't like mushrooms, don't get that one. It didn't mention the mushrooms on the menu, so I was surprised that it came out with mushrooms. I love mushrooms though, so for me that was fine. I like them a lot, and I really enjoyed that on top of the steak. But it was about a 6-ounce steak for $42. It was a very, very petite and tiny piece of steak. I feel like it could have been a little bit larger. That's my only complaint. I'd recommend going over to Broken Spell Lounge inside the other lobby of the Disneyland Hotel and getting a steak there if you want it, because that's a steak frites and it's really good. It comes with a lot of French fries, same price too, and I feel like the steak over there was a little bit bigger, and I believe that one's a New York strip over there. This was a really good steak. It just seemed kind of pricey for what you get because it was a small portion, and to be honest, I was a little hungry after dinner still. I hadn't eaten anything besides that giant jalapeno popper all day, so that's partly my fault, but I still think you should get a little more food if you're paying $42. It came with 2 pieces of broccolini, and I feel like they should have just upped the serving of broccolini. The broccolini was good though. It was charred and it had Parmesan on top. It was a great dinner though. I love sitting there, and they have live music, and that is Dan Franklin and Stephanie Wall. They're a country western duo called Franklin Wall, and they're a great group. I've known them for years. If you watch live entertainment, you will recognize Dan from around the parks. If you know, you know, but you definitely will recognize his face. And I've known Steffi for a while now too, and she's very friendly, just a really nice person. They're both really good people, and they're really, really phenomenally talented musicians. They just sing really, really well. Dan can play like any instrument. It was awesome to unexpectedly catch some music while I was there at dinner. I just love live entertainment, and I really appreciate the performers. So to be able to sit there and enjoy my dinner and listen to them sing was just awesome. They take requests too, so it was a lot of fun for all the audience members that were there eating because you could request songs from them. They're just phenomenal musicians. Definitely recommend seeing them. They have a lot of bar seats at Palm Breeze Bar too, so you can usually get a table. It was really busy, but we didn't have to wait at all. They seated us immediately. We got a little table off to the side of the bar, and it's just a great place to eat. I highly recommend going there if you haven't been there yet. All you have to do is walk through downtown Disney or take the monorail to the end of downtown Disney, and you just walk right through security into the Disneyland Hotel, head to the Discovery Tower, the DVC new tower, and it's the new bar that was built in 2023 down there with the new DVC tower. You definitely got to eat there though. It is great. Well, it seems like the summer heat is officially here. Summer starts in a couple of days here. It's going to start pretty soon officially, but man, it was hot today. It was almost 90 degrees and it was very, very hot. Just make sure you drink a lot of water and you bring your electrolytes. That definitely saves me, and take a lot of breaks if you can. Take time for shade and air conditioning breaks if you can. It was a good day though. I had a lot of fun despite the heat. You just have to take breaks indoors and don't stay outside all day or you will overheat. It's very, very hot. The giant jalapeno popper wasn't my personal favorite. The pepper itself was a little too grassy and earthy and bitter because it was mostly raw. I think that was the only problem I had with it. The batter itself was great. It was really good batter. The filling was delicious in there. I did eat the whole thing. I just wouldn't order it again personally for $17. You might try it and like it though. A lot of people do like it. If you like raw bell peppers or raw pepper flavor, you're probably gonna enjoy that more than I did. I just think the pepper should have been cooked a little more before it was deep fried, but I'm glad I tried it. It was fun. It was a fun gimmicky food to try at a theme park for sure. I think that Disney cowboy Mickey stuff is so fun
fun. I just love that denim jacket. I love that fringe on it and the pink Mickey on it. That was really cool. I think that was a really unique piece of merchandise. They haven't come out with something like that in a long time, and I think that's really unique for Disneyland to release something like that. It was a really cute and adorable jacket, and the shirt was nice too. I really liked both of those. Getting stuck on Space Mountain was such a fun experience. I know a lot of people might be mad about getting stuck on a ride, but I loved it. I loved to see the behind the scenes. The cast members did a really great job at getting us out of there as quickly as possible. It was a long process, but they have to keep everybody safe. That's their main priority, is safety first. And it was really well explained to us what was going on and what was happening. They gave us time frames and updates about our evacuation, so I really appreciate the cast members for their hard work. Palm Breeze Bar was just a really nice dinner. I love seeing the live music. The steak was a little pricey, but it was delicious. I would go with the Southwest chicken sandwich as my number one because the value was a lot better. $23 versus $42 for the steak. The sandwich was a lot more food, and it's also just delicious. So maybe try that one instead of the steak, and go to Lobby Bar, the Broken Spell Lounge. If you want something like steak, you get a bigger one over there, and it's a little more food too. But thank you guys for joining me today. I had so much fun. Thank you guys for coming along with me for something a little different. I love staying at the DoubleTree Hotel. Maybe you guys will stay here too at some point. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, just putting that out there. I just really like this hotel a lot, and I think the value is great to stay at this hotel. I always rest really well when I'm there. I always get a really good night's sleep, and that's important to me as a light sleeper. That's my number one priority. I don't need fancy amenities at a hotel. I just need a good night's sleep when I'm down here. But thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you real soon, and I hope you take care.